How you guys doing today? Mark Franks here. Guys, today I'm going to be reviewing Apple's Vision Pro spatial computing AR, VR headset, or whatever the boys in the kitchen are calling it nowadays. So I've had a couple days to play around with this, and my first opinion about it is, hey, the technology inside here, the technology inside these little goggles here is simply amazing. I mean, it's incredible. You've never seen it before. It's almost like 2 decades ahead of its time. It's either that or I'm just moving slow with technology because it's going so fast. But guys, I had a chance to play around with this. I'm going to give you guys a thorough review of the Vision Pro. I have a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and get started. So my overall experience using the Vision Pro was relatively good. You know, I'll probably give it like a B+. All right, so this is a great device. I mean, when you put this on your head, when you first put this on and you go through all the settings and the options, it's gonna be amazing. The hand gestures, just the two micro 4K screens here, it's gonna be like second to none as far as the quality and the futuristic technology. It's unbelievable. But after that initial hype or adrenaline wears out, then you're like, okay, why do I have this? All right, guys, so real quick, it's been a few more days and I've had a chance to play around with the Vision Pro just a little bit longer. All right, and I want to change my grade from a B+ to, I want to kind of change that to 2 parts. Now, the first part is going to be the technology that's inside the Vision Pro. Now, guys, the technology is cutting edge, it's state of the art. You got the finger gestures, you got the eye detections, you got the 2 4K lenses, you got the 3D, you got the immersiveness of it. It's unbelievable. You've never seen it before. I'm making that an A+. Definitely A+, hands down. Now, as far as the usability, I'm gonna go ahead and go for a B+, simply because the Vision Pro is this first generation, all right? It's the first iteration of it. It's gonna improve. It's a little bit heavy. There's not that many apps for it yet. There's not that many games for it yet, although I did play a few of the games. I played some more of the games, and they are pretty cool. Some of them are very immersive. They're pretty cool. You're playing with your fingers here, and it's just a little bit weird because you're just playing with your fingers and you're moving around instead of having like the Oculus 3, you have some joysticks, and that's gonna be a little bit more interactive. So it's definitely getting there as far as the usability, but it is a little quiet too because it's like an iPad or a laptop on your face. It's not like a gaming system per se. All right, so don't get the Vision Pro thinking it's gonna be another gaming system. It's kind of more business oriented, but that's pretty much it. It's gonna be an A+ as far as technology and a B+ as far as usability. So let's get into it a little bit. So let's talk about the engine. So this is the processor is an M2 processor, so it's pretty fast, guys. All right, the processor and scrolling and everything's pretty fast. The windows are fast. This is just an overall very efficient and fast device. Apple did an amazing job with the M2 chip, the M2 processor. It also has an R1 processor. That's going to be the sensor processor. So this has 12 different cameras. It has 5 different sensors, so it's sensing your hand everywhere, and it has 6 microphones. So this is going to be the most probably advanced and immersive virtual reality headset that you can come across to date. All right, so it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the eye tracking and the gesture detection. Guys, so when you put this Vision Pro on your face and you're looking at icons and you're moving windows around, the eye tracking on this device is amazing. It's like 4 decades ahead of its time. It's like something from the future. They did very well with the eye tracking. I mean, it is precise, guys, very precise. I would say 97, 98% of the time after you do the eye setup, it'll take you through like some type of eye setup where you're looking at different circles and you're clicking, you bring your fingers together and click it. It's kind of like a calibration. All right, so it'll know where you're looking at and know what you are looking at. So it's actually pretty cool. Guys, I've never seen anything like this. And it's like 97, 98%. Now I got sometimes when you're looking at the little bar where you move the windows at, sometimes it doesn't highlight or sometimes you can't grab it, but that's kind of rare, guys. I mean, other than that, it's just like I can move windows here and move windows there. I can type with it, just snap my fingers together, look at different numbers, look at different letters. I can X out of different programs. I can do it very quickly. So they do make it seamless, very seamless and intuitive. And then your eyes will be the mouse, and it's different, but it's so different that is great. I mean, the eye tracking on here is amazing. Almost flawless. It is the first generation, so there's going to be some issues. I know I said 97, 98%, but there may be some times when you can't pick the window, or it's not looking at it correctly, and you can always go back and redo the eye setup. But other than that, eye tracking on this, simply amazing. Great job, Apple. Now the gestures and hand movement is actually pretty good. It's pretty accurate, guys. You can expand the windows. You can move different windows, different places. You can scroll up and down, scroll left to the right. It can really detect your hands. The sensors on here, guys, what I said earlier, it has like 5 sensors on here, guys, and it's really detecting every bit of your hands. Or you can have your hands down here and it still double click or click at one time, and it'll still move things around. So you don't have to do much, guys. You don't have to do much at all. All right, so they make it very comfortable for you just to move things around. You can just sit back, look at icons, look at windows, click it, move it around. All right, click at something else, move it around, and it just detects everything that you do. And it's very, very, very accurate and precise. Great hand movements with the Vision Pro. This thing is pretty heavy. All right, it's, the Meta Quest 3 is relatively light compared to this thing. This is a heavy device, and the battery here, I can see why the battery is external, because if they added this battery to this Vision Pro, it'll be just that much heavier, guys. So this comes with an external battery, and you get about two hours, maybe 2.5 hours, depending on what you're doing. But basically, you just put that in your pocket. And how to fasten on here, you have 2 little circles. You go ahead and put this on the see-through circle, and then go ahead and move it up, and then it's on there, and it fits pretty tight on there, so it's not just coming off like that. All right, and I do like this strap. The strap is very easy to use. You just wind this, so very intuitive. So you just put this on your head like this, and just go ahead and wind this clockwise to tighten it. And just like that, and then you can just keep it on your head like that, and then it's easy. So I find that the Oculus Quest 3 is a little bit tougher to do, but this is very elegant and intuitive. So that's actually pretty cool. All right, so again, it's 2.5 hours with this, but the only thing about it is, if you're doing tasks and games and all that, this has to be in your pocket. And coming from the Oculus Quest 3, I played around with that. It's a good thing just to kind of have just a hands-free type of virtual reality experience where you don't have something in your pocket and you're moving around. But the thing about it is, I guess it does make sense, because the Vision Pro is not really made for games. I mean, there are games on there. There's 2 ways. There's going to be some immersive games, then they're like, you're moving your hands a little bit. There's some immersive games, and then there's some games where you can play from the Apple Store. You can get a Xbox controller or a PS5 controller. You can play that games, and there's you can even do some mirroring where you can mirror your PS5, and I believe you can mirror your Xbox Live. So there's 2 ways you can play the games. You can play it via immersive, or you can play it just from the Apple Store. It'll just be a bigger screen that you can put on the Visual Pro, instead of using just a TV. So it's great there, because the resolution on this thing is second to none. Now the Oculus Quest Meta 3, I think that's like 1080p, but the resolution on this thing, this is where it kills. I mean, it's 2 4K micro-OLED screens here, and the resolution is just mind-blowing. I mean, mind-blowing. This is where this thing is a king of the hill with the resolution. The see-through pass-through on this thing, oh man, it is way likelier is ahead of the Oculus 3. And I wouldn't say likelier is ahead of it, but it's definitely in a different league. All right, but the Oculus 3 is catching up, and it's catching up pretty quickly. But the pass-through is great on here. You can really see it. Guys, it's still a little bit blurry at times, but it's definitely better than any other virtual reality on the market right now. In the windows, when you're placing windows, you can place windows pretty much anywhere anywhere you see fit, and it'll just kind of stay there. Now I'll do the same thing with the Oculus Quest, but that's kind of more on a scale or on a track. It puts you on the track and it kind of organizes you. So I think maybe in the near future or the second generation, the Vision Pro will have it where it's a little bit more organized, because you can put your windows pretty much anywhere. But then again, the Meta Quest is more on like a huge track where it puts your Horizon feed on here, then it'll put the internet on here, and it's like a triple monitor setup type of thing going on. Now, speaking of a triple monitor setup, right now you can actually use this as a monitor for your laptop. Basically, you just press you can recognize your laptop, your Apple Book, whatever laptop you have, and just for Apple, and then you can go ahead and put that on the big screen. You can put it on a, I don't know, 70-inch screen, and then it's much better monitor experience. Now, as far as doing a dual monitor setup, there is a new app for that. All right, but I believe it's like $20 to use it. So, but it'll have multiple monitors. So if you're at the airport or you're somewhere, you can use multiple monitors from your MacBook. And all you got to do is look at your MacBook, and then it'll give you like a little tab where you can click that, and then it'll go ahead and mirror your monitor to the big screen on your Vision Pro. So I found that pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. So some other cool features on here is going to be the spatial audio, spatial pictures, and spatial video. So basically you can take some video on this, or you can take some pictures on here, and it kind of immerses you in the picture. The picture that you took, it's almost like becomes like a 3D image. Like you're involved in the picture now. I found that feature like really cool. You can also take spatial pictures from your iPhone 15. So you guys it's actually pretty cool. Now, other thing, entertainment on this is just crazy good. I mean, they have like some little dinosaur thing where you can do, it's like a 3D dinosaur, and I'm telling you, it's like you are there. All right, these 4K OLED screens, it will bring you into whatever they have going on in that 3D movie. It's gonna bring you there. Now, also Apple Plus has a little immersive category there with the Vision Pro, and I mean, it is second to none. I mean, I looked at the one with Alicia Keys. I thought she was doing some type of behind the scenes little rehearsal or something like that. I thought I was the plus one there. I thought I was VIP, because it just looks like you are in there. I mean, the immersiveness of this device is just crazy good, and it's second to none. Second to none. Now, the Oculus Meta Quest 3 is catching up, but it doesn't have anything on this yet. But I'm telling you guys, it is a close second. For $500, the Oculus Quest 3 is a close second. All right, so let's go and talk about FaceTime. So I haven't had a chance to play around with FaceTime yet, but I did create a persona of myself. So it's like the FaceTime persona. It takes an image of you, like a 3D replica. It takes your right, left side of your face, your gestures, your smile, and it creates it's almost like a 3D animated version of you. I mean, it's pretty cool, guys. I mean, it looks like you. It kind of doesn't look like you. It's definitely first generation, but it's like I've never seen anything like it before, guys. I mean, you can definitely tell that is you. Like me personally, I think I look better in person with the computer is replicating of me. But other than that, I mean, it's better than having just goggles on your face when you FaceTime somebody. Now you have a computerized replica of you, and it looks great. So Apple, you guys did an amazing job with that. Amazing job with creating these personas of ourselves. All right, so let's talk about some pros and cons. So the pros on this thing, pros on his, it's the clarity and the pass-through mode is amazing. All right, it's second to none as far as the pass-through mode. You can see the world around you. It looks good, guys. It's great. The 4K display, you're gonna notice that when you're in here, the screens, watching movies on this thing, it's just great. It's just the clarity in your eyes. It's just second to none right now. All right, basically what this is, it's a laptop on an iPad that's on your face. Now, it's kind of quiet in here though. That's the thing, it's quiet. It has the regular Apple icons, but it doesn't have much going on. There's not many games for the VR. This is not made for that. It's kind of more for business. It's more for business here, guys. And I don't know, it's fun at first, but then it gets a little quiet. Basically, it's just a MacBook on your face. all right, on your face. And another con is it's kind of heavy, so I'm not sure how long how long you'll last playing a game or using it as a computer. All right, so it's kind of for business, and I'm sure they're making many apps for this, but for right now in its infancy stages, this is more or less for business. So you got to think about it, you know, do I need to spend $3,500 for this? It's based on what you need. It's a great headset, not bad for first generation. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it lighter, they're gonna make it cheaper, but I'm not so sure if AR, VR, this is mixed reality, I'm not so sure if this is gonna be the absolute future. I'm not sure if anybody just wants to walk around with a big VR goggles, look like you just came from space, or you were skiing on a mountain or something. I mean, and it does have the little facial eye, 3D eye image here. Kind of makes you think or something that you're talking with somebody. But I mean, it's still kind of weird walking around with this big heavy thing. So in the future, I think that it may look more like the Ray-Ban glasses. So the AR and VR may look more like that because it's a little bit more casual. You can put glasses on, you can still interact with the world. And if you probably need some VR, maybe they should have like some VR goggles that goes over your glasses, but the regular glasses can do it just AR. That's gonna be augmented reality. You can have screens on there and everything. You just take your glasses off and put them on. And Ray-Ban is kind of the first iteration of that. But that's why I believe the virtual reality headsets are going. As of right now, I mean, I'm not seeing much of a case for this in the future, but I could be absolutely wrong. All right, but overall, guys, this is a great device. Would I recommend this device? Of course I would. I would definitely recommend this device if you're kind of in the business world. All right, in the business world, or if you're traveling, you can take this with you. This become your screen. Now that this new app came out, you can have dual monitors. You can do light gaming, or you can do full gaming. You can mirror it on there. You can make your screens a lot bigger. Just like I said, the entertainment. This can be your TV on the go. Entertainment is second to none. Watching movies, 3D worlds, and its immersiveness is second to none. So if you want to do that, then yeah, go ahead and purchase the Vision Pro. But as far as the everyday users, you can probably get away with the Oculus Quest 3. It's $500. It has VR, it has AR, it's mixed reality. You know, some of the immersiveness with the YouTube VR is not great. Some of the immersiveness, I mean, it's immersive, but the picture clarity is just not as good as the Vision Pro, but it's catching up. So overall, yes, I would definitely recommend this, but it's just based on what you need. I'll recommend this for more business savvy people, maybe companies. All right, and maybe people that can really spending $3,500 is nothing to them. I'll probably recommend this. But in a couple weeks or a couple months, you may get tired of it. And the Meta Quest 3, I'll recommend that to everyday users as games. It has the business touch to it. You can also do the dual monitor setup on there. It can mimic your desktop as well. So it is definitely catching up for everyday users. I would definitely recommend that, especially if you're a huge gamer. It has a bunch of games, and some of those games are very immersive and very fun, right? But after you use that for, I would say you can use that a little bit longer, depending on who you are. If you're a really business person, if you're not into games, you'll probably use it for the first month or two, and then that may just sit on the counter. All right, so it just depends on what your taste. But other than that, guys, if you have any questions, please leave your questions down below and I'll get to them in a timely manner. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Until then, you have a great day out there.